The power of forgiveness. Have you ever been hurt by someone you love and trust and least expected to do you wrong? It is difficult to let go of the grudge you hold upon someone that you once trusted, that you once loved, that you once never expected to do you wrong. But here you were, it's a bittersweet situation where you know that this person is a good person, but then they did this to you, and you're sad, and you're battling in your mind, and your heart is torn in between love and hate. That situation is confusing. Sometimes you feel like, oh, I've forgiven the person, but then when you see them and they do something small, they trigger you and literally just pile back more pain, and then you realize, oh my goodness, never mind, I haven't completely forgiven them. That happened to me, and that's why I just want to share with you a little bit of how the Lord helped me to forgive, to finally forgive someone that I loved so much, but they did something to hurt me. So what happened is one of the closest people in my family that I loved so much did something that really broke my heart. I was heartbroken. I was disappointed. I was in disbelief. But then I realized this is a prayer I had prayed to the Lord and asked the Lord to reveal to me what was wrong, what was happening, and what had happened. So the Lord revealed, but as I was mad in that time, I realized that the Lord trusted me with this information because for so long, whatever was happening was going on, but my eyes were blind and I didn't know. And then I realized I have to control my emotions and not react wild and just go and tell them, how could you do that? Because the Lord had, during that time, the Lord had made me understand that you don't confront your enemies, or when the Lord reveals something to you, you have to be wise enough and not just approach people in anger and tell them, how could you do that? So I was disappointed, and then I thought I had forgiven before. The wound was rewounded. And I kept a grudge, but I kept praying to the Lord, Lord, help me forgive. Lord, help me forgive. But the person that hurt me, they kept rewounding me and they kept making me mad. But at the beginning of the year 2026, I went into a fast. And when I went into a fast, it's after the fast that I realized I went into a fast because I was triggered again to get more angry at the person that was always making me angry and the person I was trying to forgive. So when I went into the fast, I was praying the Lord to help me forgive the person. And at the end of the fast, I tell you, I was seated down with this. It's a child, but this child is different. He is literally like, I don't know what he's going to become. He will probably become a man of God. I feel like he's already a man of God. So I was sitting down with that child who is not an ordinary child. He's like a prophet, a pastor. He sees visions. So I was telling him about, he actually called me and he didn't even know I was fasting. And he said, I have a message for you. He told me whatever he had to tell me. And then the conversation led on. And it's like, because he already knows my story. And he literally told me, the only thing that is hindering you from getting onto your next level is to finally let go of the bitterness and the grudge that you have in your heart. And he told me that when he told me that, he felt a relief, like there was a burden lifted off his shoulders. And the moment he mentioned that, the previous night, remember I was praying on the previous 3 days, I was praying for the Lord to help me forgive the person that had hurt me. I also felt something get lifted off my chest, and like a spirit of heaviness was lifted off me. And I was like, oh my God, that spirit of holding a grudge and unforgiveness just got lifted off me. I feel so much better. I feel like I have no reason to hate the person. I was always praying that the Lord help me love that person. I started loving the person. And during my time of prayer, I was literally thanking God for helping me to forgive. And it didn't even stop there. The other people I also wanted to forgive, this is crazy. The other people I wanted to forgive, but because there was already a deep pain in my heart, people that would do small things to me, I found it so hard to forgive them, and yet I was struggling to forgive them. I was intending to forgive them, but I could not. It was tough. People would do something tiny and I would be mad and I would be, but I want to forgive them. But since the Lord lifted off that spirit of unforgiveness, that spirit that was heavy, making me tired, making me bitter, I forgive. I'm forgiving. I'm loving the people that I thought I would never love. So that is the power of forgiving. That is the power of letting go and letting the Lord help you in your weakness. I did a video about when weapons fashioned against you and how to realize that your deliverance comes from when the Lord literally shows you what is like the demons that are actually, or the weaknesses you have in your life, or a weapon fashioned against you. And for me, one of the weapons that was fashioned against me was unforgiveness. Oh my gosh. I am so grateful that I'm now able to live free without that burden of holding a grudge in my heart, and that now I have tenderness for the people that I once could not stand, that I once struggled to forgive. So if you're watching this video and you're struggling to forgive, ask the Lord to help you. Okay? Because the Lord told us He forgives us just like if we forgive those who trespass against us. So you know how much you go to God and you're asking Him to forgive you and you're asking Him to do good for you. But He tells us He forgives us just like we forgive those who trespass against us. I always remember that scripture. And even if I don't want to forgive, I forgive because I also want to be forgiven. Okay? You can do this. You can forgive. It's not easy, but the Lord will help you. Alright? If you found this video interesting, I'm going to link a playlist with other inspiring and motivating videos. I'll see you in the next video. Be blessed.